My name is Simba Gulleid. I am currently the coordinator of the Northeast Development Initiative, in short NEDI. I am based at the Ministry of Roads and Transport in the State Department of Roads. And I also work as one of the people who coordinate the responsibilities of the ministry in terms of discharging the implementation of this road starting from Isiolo all the way to Mandera. The department I work is engaged in World Bank projects, not only this road, but there are also other projects. But this is the most significant. The Horn of Africa Gateway Development Project is a regional project. Actually, we call it a corridor, not just a road. And why do we call it a corridor? It's because it has several components that touch on the livelihoods and the transformation of the economy and the livelihoods of the people of northern Kenya. The project has got four main components. One is, of course, the construction of the road itself, as it's known. The second one is the laying of fiber optics for purpose of easing communication within the communities and into even our neighboring countries. The third one is trade facilitation component, which is being implemented by the Kenya Revenue Authority. And this will mainly implement aspects of cross-border trading, cross-border linkages with our neighboring countries, both Ethiopia and Somalia. We shall also do two bridges in Mandera County, one in Mandera town, crossing over to Suftu in the Ethiopian side, over the Dawa River, and the other bridge will be constructed also over the Dawa River in Ramu, connecting us to a town called Sadei on the Ethiopian side. Along those bridges also we shall have trade facilitation, one-stop border posts, and also we'll do the same on the Somalia side. So, but the fourth component, which is the reason why we are here in Wajir this week, is what we refer to as socio-economic infrastructure projects. These projects total 89 of them being supported by the World Bank, and an additional 14 or so which will be supported by the Africa Development Bank in Mandera. So the counties that are going to be beneficiaries of the socio-economic infrastructure projects include Isiolo, Meru, Garissa, Wajir, Mandera. We have also added 3 other counties to receive one project each. These counties are Samburu, where we shall do a health project, and Marsabit also equally, a mother and child facility in Moyale, and the water reticulation system in Tana River, in the Tana River town of Hola. So these are the projects. Wajir County will be a beneficiary of 38 of these projects. And the projects touch on various thematic areas. We have health. We will have a couple of health facilities, which will be some constructed from the ground. They will be new. We call them greenfield projects. And some will be upgrading the existing facilities. We also have educational facilities. We will construct, in some cases, a complete new school, and in some cases improve on the existing school. But most of the projects in Wajir will be almost, I think, over 50% of the projects, around almost 20, will be water projects. These are either new projects that we drill boreholes and distribute the water to the communities, or improve existing water facilities. Maybe the other thematic area we have covered on is social community projects such as libraries and ICT facilities like setting up an ICT hub. So these are very, very important projects. They cover almost all aspects of service delivery to the people of both here in Wajir and across the stretch along the corridor. And these are aimed at augmenting the benefits from the road. We found that it is very important, in addition to developing the road or putting up the road and constructing it, but communities must also access social services that will improve aspects of their lives and make this road even more impactful, in addition to all the other benefits that it's going to bring.
Thank you. How are the local communities involved in selecting these projects?
The process towards the selection of these projects, the socio-economic infrastructure projects, had gone through a very rigorous public participation process. In the year 2020-2021, a consultant was hired to visit each of these settlements and consult with various stakeholders who have relevance in the identification of these projects. And in total, across the stretch of the corridor, over 700 projects were identified, which were mainly a wish list of the communities. But these projects were later on reduced to 89 for the World Bank and 14 for the other sections in Mandera, bringing it to a total of 103 socio-economic infrastructure projects. Now, in order to determine which projects will get priority, several factors were very important. One was that the guideline is that the project should be within a 10-kilometer radius of the road corridor. Number two, it should also be, in terms of budget-wise, be affordable. I mean, it should not be very, very expensive projects. Number three, it should also be projects that can be sustained, whereby either the county government or other government agencies are able to take over once the project is completed. So this, and also accessibility. The projects should also be accessible. So all these factors were put into consideration in the selection of the projects, and they should also serve different groups within the community. The minorities, the women, children should all have access to these projects. Therefore, a decision was made based on these consultations, and eventually a validation exercise took place, which were guided by the county governments, and these projects were finally identified. And now the exercise we are doing this week is to revalidate these projects and just see whether there are duplications, whether some of the projects, since time had lapsed, whether some of them have been done under other institutions or development partners. And we have identified a few like that, so we look for alternative projects that can replace the ones which have already been done. So this exercise is almost getting complete. We hope now the consultants will start doing the designs, and we are expecting by around September they should be finalized, and before the end of this year we expect to have contractors on site, and probably in the next 1 year thereafter the project should be completed.
Thank you. NEDI is one of the key partners in this process. What specific role is your organization playing in the implementation and monitoring of these projects?
NEDI is an initiative, a collaborative initiative between the government of Kenya and the World Bank. And the objective of why the concept of NEDI came about is to implement projects that have a bridging role in bringing development to northern Kenya. As you are aware, northern Kenya was mainly underserved over the last few decades. And in terms of development indicators, northern Kenya was mainly left out, I will say, in the investments by the government of Kenya and even other development partners. Therefore, the collaboration between the World Bank and the government of Kenya was that this is going to be reversed, and northern Kenya and NEDI is covering 10 counties of the FCDC, the Frontier Counties Development Council, These are counties like Mandera, Wajir, Garissa, Tana River, Lamu, Isiolo, Marsabit, West Pokot, Samburu, and Turkana. That these counties comprise of almost 65% of Kenya's landmass, and this is where most of the what you will call people below the poverty line inhabit. So the objective is to bring as many projects that will transform the lives of these people and also bridge the gap in development between Kenya and these underserved counties. So that is the main objective of NEDI. And my role in all of this exercise is to ensure that I coordinate different agencies, government institutions, development partners, in order to be able to select and, where possible, implement these projects to their completion.
Thank you. Many of our communities are worried about the sustainability of projects usually done by governments or organizations related to the government. What do you think are there plans that are there to safeguard the sustainability of these projects?
Projects that are mainly implemented through the World Bank in particular, but I know other development partners also have the same thinking, is that are identified and implemented right from the beginning with the eye on sustainability. For example, this road, which is starting from Isiolo all the way, once completed, the government of Kenya had pledged under the Road Levy Maintenance Fund, the maintenance of these roads will be kept to standard. So they will be maintained, and these roads will be able to serve these people in a very useful way, and the quality is already being assured during the implementation and the construction of the road. The other projects are also the same. There are mechanisms put in place to ensure that they are sustained. As far as the socio-economic infrastructure projects are concerned, already there is a memorandum of understanding between, for example, county governments and the implementing institution, the Kenya National Highway Authority, that will, confirm that these projects, once completed, will be taken over by respective entities within the county and the national government, and will continue maintaining and ensure their sustainable way of existence. So these projects are going to be sustained, and they will be in good shape. I believe we'll come back and see them over a couple of years again, and I'm very sure, looking at the mechanism put in place, we are able to sustain them.
Thank you. And finally, what message do you have for the people of Wajir regarding these projects, and what should they expect in the coming months?
I will really appeal to the residents of Wajir County to support and give all they can to make sure that these projects, particularly the social infrastructure projects and even the road project and all the other components under the Horn of Africa Gateway Development Project, will be completed, as planned. The community has a very big role. Their acceptance is very important, and their support is also paramount. Therefore, I know there are normally challenges here and there. People expect, for example, employments and to get benefits out of this kind of projects, and rightfully so. And I really want to encourage those implementing to consider the needs of the communities in making sure that they feel part of the implementation of these projects. I just want to mention that these projects are meant for the communities of Wajir and the neighboring counties. Once the implementing agencies have completed them, they will just simply move away. The people who are going to use these projects are the people of Wajir, the people of Garissa, the people of Mandera, and all the other beneficiary counties. My expectation is that there will be full support, full ownership, and where support is required, for example, in terms of accessing the land where these projects should be implemented, the community should really understand that the development can only come if we offer land, for example, to establish these facilities, if there is peace, if there is understanding. All these are very, very important contribution towards the project. And I just want to appeal to the people of Wajir, please train our young people in terms of skills that can be useful to them to participate in the needs for the labor or workers in these projects. Sometimes contractors are forced to go and get workers from outside the county simply because these skills are not available locally. So my appeal to the parents, to the guardians of these young people, and I just want to announce here that the Kenya National Highway Authority recently advertised for vocational training programs for the youth of this area. That opportunity is available. The forms for these opportunities or training opportunities are with the County Commissioner's Office, the Chief's Office, the District Commissioner's Office, or at other government public offices. So let them apply and participate in those vocational training programs so that they can develop skills like masonry, like welding, like, electrical engineering. All these skills are very necessary for this kind of works. So I really want to appeal to the young people, get prepared. Once, for example, these projects of the socio-economic infrastructure project begin in the next couple of months, you should be prepared and don't complain later on that people are not being hired if you do not have the skills required. So this understanding is very, very important.